have with us on the line, Navotas Representative Toby Tiangco. Congressman, can you hear me okay?
Good. Regina,
Hi,
Ami,
Congressman.
okay? Maliwanag?
Yes, maliwanag.
Yes,
Kong, good to talk to you again. Thank you for stepping away from the doctor's clinic. I understand you're at a checkup right now.
Tapos na.
Okay, good. So, right off the bat, I will ask you directly, anong masasabi mo sa allegations ni Zaldi Co saying that President Marcos was the one who inserted at least 100 billion pesos in the budgets and also received kickbacks from these?
Okay, unahin natin. Yung sinasabi niyang insertion, walang logic yan eh. Kasi yung executive, the budget comes from the executive, di ba? Kung may mga proyekto na gusto ilagay si Presidente doon, dinagay niya na yun sa NEP. Bakit pa naman niya iintayin yung BICAM para ilagay yung mga projects na yun, no? So, that doesn't make sense. I mean, walang logic yun, so hindi dapat paniwalaan yun. Number two, yung sinasabi niyang, ano yung pangalawa?
That both the President and former Speaker Martin Romualdez also received kickbacks and delivered daw sa Malacanang.
Okay, yung kay Presidente, sigurado ko wala. Kasi, I will have to say this to clear out everything. Sinabi ni Presidente yan, nung isang usapan namin, nung galit na galit siya, sinabi niya sa harap ko na yan, kalokohan na yan, wala akong natatanggap dyan. So, maliwanag na maliwanag yung salita niyang yan.
Pero sabi ni Saldico, Congressman, you were listening to, I'm sure, pinakinggan niya yung sinabi ni Saldico kanina. Yes. Sabi niya, yun daw yung mga utos sa kanila na nanggagaling kay Speaker, tinuturo ni Speaker daw na galing dun sa taas. Hindi daw mangyayari.
Tinuturo,
kasi, you have to address this kasi ito sinasabi rin ng yung mga critics ni Presidente na sinasabi na the buck does not stop with the Speaker. Dapat daw yun all the way kay Presidente. Ano naman yung masasabi niyo sa ganon? It actually reflects that argument na hindi gaandar ng ganyan si Speaker kung hindi daw alam ni Presidente. I'm just repeating what others are saying. Hindi, tinatanong ko lang yung opinion niya.
Yes. I understand that that's what others will say. I understand that that's what they would try to conclude. Kaya nga, admittedly, napakahirap nung sitwasyon dahil in this case, dahil yan ang natural isip ng tao, the President would have to prove na hindi totoo yan, no? But I hope people will believe me. I can give the exact date, no? It was in the afternoon of November 24, 2024, nung pinatawag kaming dalawa. Okay? Pinatawag kaming dalawa at nagulat ako. Pag-upo namin, nagalit siya kay former Speaker Martin Romualdez. Galit na galit si Presidente noon. Okay? At sinabi niya na kayo, ni Saldi, kinukuha niyo lahat ng pondo, wala na akong napapagawa. Sinabi niya yan. At sinabi niya kung ano man yung ginagawa.
November 24 last year to, ha?
Yes, November 24, 2024. Yeah. November 24, 2024, it was a Sunday.
Sa Malacanang.
Tinawag kaming, hindi, sa Bahay Pangulo.
Bahay Pangulo, okay.
Oo, kasi may Sunday lunch noon. May Sunday lunch noon, wala si Speaker. He was, I think, in Tacloban. Yeah. So, tinawagan siya sa telepono at pinauwi siya. At pagdating niya, after lunch, I don't know exactly the time, pinapasok kami doon sa parang private study. Okay? Pag-upo namin doon, galit na galit siya. Sabi niya,
kaharap na niya si Speaker.
Kaming dalawa ni Speaker sa harap niya.
Okay.
Galit na galit siya.
Anong reaction ni Martin?
Hindi, ganito. Ang sabi niya, kayong dalawa ni Saldi, kuha kayo ng pera sa executive. Wala na akong nagagawa dyan. At kung ano man yung ginagawa niyong kalokohan, wala akong kinalaman dyan. Wala akong natatanggap dyan. O, sabi niya, nakakasira kayo sa gobyerno ko. O dahil yung mga flagship projects hindi maipagawa, hindi maituloy, dahil nga binabawasan yung pondo. So kung sasabihin na nagbibigay sa kanya, in front of me, sinabi niya yun eh. Nanliliit nga ako, hindi ko nga, iniisip-isip ko nga sa loob ko, kung papagalitan lang to, bakit sinama pa naman ako dito?
Actually, Kong...
Diba dapat silang dalawa lang mag-usap?
Oo nga Kong Toby,
anong reaction ni Speaker? Doon, inaway siya nung pinsan niya. Anong reaction ni Speaker Martin?
He kept on promising, Mr. President, we will return the funds of your flagship projects. Ibabalik po namin yan. Yan ang sabi niya. Tapos, alam mo, mas marami pang masasakit na salita yung sinabi dun eh. Ang sasakit ng salita na sinabi dun. Sabi ko nga, paglabas ko ng meeting, siguro mga 1 oras kalahati kami, sinesermonan siya. Paglabas ko, nag-usap kami ni Martin, sabi niya, let's try to find out what's the problem. So, galit na galit. Pinangako niya kasi, hindi ganito, pinangako niya na ibabalik niya sa BICAM lahat ng tinanggal. Kaya mas nagalit pa noong January kasi nalaman, hindi naman binalik, binawasan palalo.
Kaya nga. Bakit nagkaganon? Tapos, pinirmahan din, isa pang problema, pinirmahan kasi ni President Marcos yung budget.
Di ba ang nangyari nga noong January is, tinanggal nga si Saldi because of what happened, di ba?
Yes.
Okay, Congressman, let's come back to that fateful day, November 24, 2024, in the afternoon of a Sunday, nung pinatawag kayo ni Pangulong Bongbong Marcos. That was exactly my question to you. Why do you think you were asked to go? Ba't hindi na lang diretso si House Speaker Romualdez? Bakit kakasama?
Hindi ko na nga alam eh. Di ibig sabihin, isa loob-loob ko lang. Kung papagalitan mo lang pala to, bakit naman? Because I didn't know if I would excuse myself or should I stay? Diba? I stayed na lang there. Iniisip-isip ko nung sinimulan, alis ba ako dito? O ano bang gagawin ko? I decided to stay.
Yeah. It's curious.
Tapos ganito nangyari noon. Kinausap ako ni Martin noon kasi nag-uusap pa kami. Sabi niya sa akin, paano kaya natin ito masosolve? Sabi ko, diniretso ko siya. I told him this. Sabi ko, kasi naman sobra naman si Saldi. Binibenta yung mga projects ng 20%. Kasi kinonfront na siya doon about the corruption eh. In that conversation, kinonfront siya, kinausap siya. Tapos grabe yung corruption dyan sa House. Dinanyan siya. Sabi ko, kasi sabi ko, Speaker, hindi ako nagsasalita sa'yo dati. Baka sabihin mo, nagsusumbong ako. Pero ngayon, tinanong mo ko, sinasabi ko sa'yo, 20% yung bentahan ng project dyan, paano naman hindi naman sisingaw yan?
It's curious that you were called in kasi Kong Toby, at that time you were not even part of the bicameral committee, much less the small committee, right? You had nothing to do with the budget, which is why I'm wondering why you were called in as well. But in any case, so you don't know why you were included in that meeting, pero what exactly are you trying to say about Congressman Martin Romualdez here? Are you saying at that point in time hindi niya alam?
Hindi. Kaya sinasabi ko sa inyo na tinatanong niyo kanina kung sinasabi niyo na nagbigay ng sinasabi ni Saldi, nagbigay siya ng pera kay Presidente. Doon sa harap-harapan na yun, tatlo kami sinabi ni Presidente sa kanya, Martin, wala akong natatanggap dyan, ha? Liliwanagin ko.
Sige. Congressman, so ang sinasabi mo ngayon?
Tigilan niyo yung corruption sa House. Okay, tapos yung nangyari ganito. Sinabi ko na kay Speaker, yung 20% na hinihingi ni Saldi. Though ako, ang personal experience ko is yung kwento ko na dati, nung gusto ko ng additional projects for my district, lumapit ako sa isang congressman na malapit kay Speaker. Thinking na pag yun yung nilapitan ko, hindi hihingan ni Saldi ng 20%. Okay? Kasi sinabi ko na gusto ko magdagdag ng 200 million na proyekto doon sa distrito ko. Okay? So bumalik sa akin yung nilapitan ko, pinakiusapan ko, nakausapin si Saldi, ang sabi sa akin, since kamag-anak, presyong kamag-anak, 10% na lang yung hihingin. Sabi ko naman nun, hindi ko kayang sabihin yan sa district engineer ko, wag na lang, okay? So nung kausap ko that happened in 2023. So nung kausap ko si Speaker Martin noon at tinatanong niya ako tungkol doon sa bentahan, sinabi ko yung personal experience ko. Sabi ko kahit ako nga, ganun ang ginawa sa akin eh. So totoo yan.
So Congressman, ang sinasabi mo in so many words, eto mga kalokohan na to sa budgeting, the buck stops with the speaker, ha? Hindi siya umaakyat kay President Marcos.
I was even very disappointed at the speaker's reply to me. Kasi nung sinabi ko sa kanya, sabi ko sa kanya, pati nga ako hiningan ng 10%. Hindi na ako, kasi hindi ko kaya sabihin doon sa district engineer. Di ba, natural na reaction dapat. Kung hindi niya alam, dapat sabihin, patawag nga yan si Saldi, ano ba pinagagagawa niya? Di ba? Dapat ganon, di ba? Instead, ang sinabi niya sa akin...
kayo na nandun ka, di ba tinatanong natin, bakit nandun ka nung sinisermonan ng Presidente?
Wait, sorry. Tapusin lang niya yung reply ni Speaker sa kanya. Go ahead, Kong.
Ano yung kalokohan na ginagawa niya? Ang sabi niya sa akin, dapat dumiretso ka na lang sa akin. Ha? Ibig sabihin, alam mo, pero kung dumiretso ako sa'yo, hindi mo napapasingil. Ang sagot ko sa kanya noon is, alam mo, Speaker, kung yan yung patakaran, yan yung patakaran. Hindi naman ako lalapit sa'yo para ma-exempt doon sa patakaran. Ngayon, since hindi ko kaya, hindi lang, mayag. O yun lang sinagot ko sa kanya.
So, ang sabi niya, dapat dumiretso ka na lang sa akin to ask for the 200 million in extra for your district.
Yes. Ang sinagot niya
sa akin. So, talagang siya yung commander doon, ha? Siya yung commander.
Hindi ibig sabihin, di ba dapat, kung hindi niya alam yon, di dapat pinagalitan niya si Saldi, di ba? Bakit ka nagbebenta ng projects?
Nagtatanungan tayo, Congressman, kung bakit nung pinagalitan si Speaker ni Presidente, nandun ka. At that time, natatandaan namin, meron ng mga rumors no, na merong mga rumors na baka matanggal si Speaker. At isa ka sa mga binabanggit actually na posible na pumalit. At that time, sinasound out ka na ba? Dahil dyan sa controversy na yan?
No, there was never a sounding off. He was the one who told me. Sunday yan, di ba?
Yes.
So that Sunday hanggang Monday magkausap kami. I remember Tuesday I had to go to Singapore on Tuesday. Okay?
Yes.
Tapos si Presidente left for Dubai. Natandaan niyo when he left for Dubai?
Yes.
Okay. Yung mabilis lang yun eh. Overnight lang yata yun, di ba? Okay. Speaker called me. Speaker Martin called me. He told me, ano ba naman to si Presidente? Hanggang nasa Dubai, pinapagalitan pa rin ako. Ano ba to? Sabi niya, nandun na sa Dubai, pinapagalitan ako. The next day, he called me up again. Dumating na dito. Walang tigil kahit nasa Dubai, ako pa rin yung pinapagalitan.
Kaya nga, gusto mo siyang tanggalin at that point.
He told me.
At that point.
Martin was the one who told me. Then the president texted him daw na change of leadership. He was the one who told me, Martin.
Sino ipapalit? Ikaw nga. Mag-change of leadership.
Walang
ikaw ang
sinabi.
gusto.
Walang sinabi kung sino yung ipapalit. Parang sinabi lang niya sa akin, the president texted him daw na there must be a change of leadership. Yun yung sinabi ni Martin sa akin.
Ano daw ang reaction ni Martin nung sinabi sa kanya yun?
No, he was the one who told me. Martin was the one who told me.
Yeah.
Martin told me that the president texted him that. Parang ang sinasabi niya sa akin, ano ba naman to? Nasa Dubai na, pinapagalitan pa rin ako. Tapos, tinext pa ako ng change of leadership. Sabi ko, Speaker, we have to clean the house. That's what we have to do.
Toby, that's a pretty serious allegation, and I'll just repeat that. Sabi mo, Speaker Martin Romualdez was the one who told you that President Marcos texted him, Speaker, na it's time for a change of leadership in the House. Is that accurate?
Naputol.
Ulitin ko lang, just so we're 100% clear that because that's a pretty serious allegation. Sabi niyo po, Speaker Martin was the one who told you that President Marcos texted him to say that it was time for a change of leadership in the House. Is that correct?
Eksaktong pagkasabi niya sa akin, ano ba to? Nasa Dubai na, pinapagalitan pa rin ako. Tapos sinabihan pa ako ng change of leadership.
So accurate nga, siya nga yung nagsabi sa'yo and the President texted him. Pero hindi niyo po nakita yung text.
Hindi, nasa Singapore ako. Nasa telepono lang kami nag-uusap. Paano ko makikita yung text?
Okay.
Paano ko makikita yung text?
And then,
Pero,
November.
ganito. November. November 24. November 24 was a Sunday. November 25, Monday, magkausap kami ni Speaker. November 26, pumunta akong Singapore. Si Presidente pumuntang Dubai. So, Tuesday and Wednesday, magkausap kami ni Martin. Yan ang problema siya about that, yung change of leadership. Okay. The next Sunday, so kung 24 yun, the next Sunday was December 1. Tama ba ako?
Yes, it should be.
Okay. December 1.
December 1,
so,
correct.
Nung December 1, I had a meeting with the President Sunday morning. So, sinabi ko sa kanya, di ba kasi ako yung campaign manager ng alyansa noon, di ba?
Yes.
Sabi ko, Mr. President, I went to him December 1, Sunday morning. Tanda ko yan. Sabi ko, kasi ang nangyari noon, when I went to Singapore, pagbalik ko, ako na yung pinagdududahan ni Martin.
Nagusto yung pwesto niya.
Nagusto yung pwesto niya. So, December 1, Sunday, pumunta ako kay Presidente. Sabi ko, Mr. President, mas mabuti, palitan mo na lang ako as campaign manager. Kasi, baka iniisip ni Martin, ako yung sumbong ng sumbong sa'yo. Number 2, kung hindi naman kami nagkakasundo ni Martin, maapektuhan yung mga kandidato mo.
Kung Toby, in the end, did you find out sino nga ba yung nagbulong kay President Marcos? That there were such things going on in the House?
Okay, ganito. Sinabi ko sa kanya, di ba? Sabi ko, kasi naman, sabi niya, bakit ikaw pagdududahan niya? Lahat naman ng tao, alam na yung kalokohan niyo dyan sa House. Sabi ko, sir, wala akong ginagawang kalokohan. Siyempre, ang naging natural na sagot ko, kasi sabi niya, lahat ng tao, alam na yung mga kalokohan niyo dyan sa House. Sabi ko, sir, wala po akong ginagawang kalokohan. Sabi niya, I mean the House. Yun ang sabi niya, I mean the House.
So you're saying there are a lot of reports getting to the President about the anomalies in the budget? Hindi lang isang tao yung nag-whistleblow.
Hindi ikaw yung sumbong
Hindi, madami nung nagsasabi. Hindi ko ugali yan, Ami.
Okay. Kung Toby, we're running out of time, but again, I just want to be crystal clear about one thing. What exactly in this two scenarios that you told us about, yung November 4 and then the days after that, what exactly are you accusing former Speaker Romualdez of? Is it incompetence?
I'm saying, I'm just replying to your question kung bakit sinasabi ko na walang, yung sa pera na sinasabi ni Saldi na dinideliver kay kay Presidente kung bakit sinasabi ko na wala. Kasi nga, pinagalitan siya noon.
Hindi. Ang tanong ko, sir, is ano ba talaga ang what are you accusing him of? Is it incompetence because he was speaker at that time and yet all of these things were happening under him? Or are you saying he actually had a direct hand with the budget anomalies?
What I'm saying is, di ba? Ibig sabihin, he cannot deny na alam niya yung 20% kasi sinabi ko sa kanya eh. O, di ba?
So he was...
Ibig sabihin, hindi kasama si President Marcos doon sa kalokohan.
Hindi siya kasama doon.
Yun.
And what you're saying is si Speaker Romualdez was in on it.
Bakit hindi niya pinagalitan si Saldi? Simpleng-simple, di ba? Tsaka di ba in the previous interviews, I've been saying na nagdududa na ako na merong may ayaw na pauwiin si Saldi. O di lumabas ngayon na totoo yung sinasabi ko na meron talagang may ayaw pauwiin si Saldi, di ba?
Pero ang allegation ni Zaldi Kong is that, dapat uuwi na siya after SONA, but tinawagan siya ni Congressman Romualdez under the instruction of President Marcos to say, stay out of the country, we will protect you.
Kasi ang laging nangyayari, even when I'm in Congress, even sa mga meeting, palaging sinasabi niya, utos ng presidente, alam ng boss. Yan ang laging sabi niya. Minsan kasi nagtatalo kami ni Speaker. Sinasabi ko, hindi yan tamang gawin. I mean, I don't remember the exact instances na minsan nag-uusap kami. He will always tell me, hindi ko naman gagawin to kung walang utos ng boss eh. That even to me, he tells me that.
So,
sinasabi mo hindi totoo.
No, because I've seen instances where he would do things na hindi naman utos ng presidente. For example, ito very clear example, no? Baka hindi lang maniwala yung tao. Nung okay pa si presidente at si VP Sara, nung okay pa sila, he would always tell us, me and Martin. He would always tell me and Martin at that time. He would tell me, oh, si Sara, okay ba? Oh, pakisamahan natin si Sara. Hindi naman, kasi noon time na yon, medyo pinipitik-pitik na siya ni Digong. He would always tell us na, okay ba si Sara? Make sure she's okay because hindi naman sila nagkakasundo ng tatay niya. Pabayaan mo yung tatay niya, banatan tayo, pero si Sara, make sure she's okay. Take care of her. Oh, yan yung utos sa amin. Pero anong ginagawa ni Martin nun? Iniinis niya, di ba? Hanggang later on, nainis na nga si Sara, nagalit. Oh, pero yun yung utos lagi sa amin. So I've seen times when he would not follow. But when I asked him, pag hindi kami nagkakasundo sa mga dapat gawin, kasi ako medyo kontrabida, di ba? Pag ayaw ko, I speak out my mind. Eh pag nagmi-meeting kami, he would always say,
For those who don't know, you are of course a relative. You're a cousin-in-law. Your wife is married to a cousin of Congressman Martin Romualdez. So you are doing this at great personal risk, is what I want to point out, Kong Toby. Are you prepared for the consequences?
Dati na sila nag-aaway niyan.
Naputol.
Matagal na nag-aaway dalawang yan.
Or at that very moment, naputol yung line. But yeah, so I'm not sure that everyone is aware of that. But I guess one of the reasons he's in the inner circle is because cousin-in-law nga siya, relative siya. Pero ang alam ko, hindi na kasi sila masyado nag-uusap ni Congressman Romualdez.
He's putting a distance between the President and Martin.
He is.
Yan yung sinasabi niya rito.
Do we have him back online? He is trying to put a distance clearly. But ang alam ko din kasi, hindi na sila nag-uusap ni Congressman Romualdez. There was a time...
Matagal na sila nag-aaway niya, no?
Hindi, pero there was a time before all of this blew up na madalas sila magkita. They saw each other at family lunches. They saw each other at the House of Representatives. Pero
nagkamag-anak.
Since this all happened, mukhang hindi. Kong Toby, sorry, we keep losing you, but my last question was just that, you know, for those who don't realize, you are a relative. Your wife is a cousin of Congressman Martin Romualdez. So you, of course, all of these exposés that you've done, they're at great personal risk. Ang tanong ko lang doon is, are you prepared for the consequences of what you just divulged?
Totoo yun. Ano bang
hindi na kayo
problema doon sa sinasabi ko? Totoo naman yun.
Hindi na din kayo nag-uusap at this point, right? Can I say that you're estranged?
Hindi na kami nag-uusap. Ni former Speaker Martin. Huli kami nagkita niyan is nung SONA. Huli kami nagkita nung SONA.
Matagal-tagal na din. Hindi din kayo nakikita sa Batasan.
No, he hasn't been there. I don't think he has been there since nag-resign siya. Diba? Kasi, Regina, bakit ako tinatanong niyo ako, alam nga naman magsabi ako ng hindi totoo. Diba? Tinatanong niyo ako, yung totoo lang sinasabi ko sa inyo.
Yes, of course, and we appreciate that. And I have to say, narinig ko na tong kwento na to, hindi ko lang masabi before because of course, I was sworn to secrecy. But etong meeting that happened in November of last year between yourself, President Marcos, and Speaker Romualdez, narinig ko na rin yan from another source.
Alam mo, nung umuwi ako nung gabi, sabi sa akin ng wife ko, ano nangyari sa inyo? Sabi ko sa wife ko, alam mo, Michelle, I've known BBM over 30 years, hindi nagagalit yung tao na yon. So, para magalit siya, nagulat ako. Number one. Sabi ko pa sa wife ko kay Michelle, alam mo, Michelle, kung ako yung sinabihan ng ganon, wala na akong mukhang ihaharap pa sa presidente. Magre-resign na lang ako at hindi na ako magpapakita habang buhay sa kanya.
In short, in terms of the people who should be held accountable and be jailed for this, you think Congressman Romualdez is one of them?
Oo, kasi yun yung personal experience ko yan . Personal experience ko yan.
Okay. Kung meron ka bang evidence of that meeting that you had by any chance? Meron bang
paano naman ako magkaka-evidence? Anong gusto nyo? I-re-record ko yung ito?
Hindi. I just meant to you have
evidence nun.
Do you have a text? Do you have a photo? Wala din.
Wala. Walang photo nun. Alam ko lang, may family lunch nun. Hindi ko alam kung may nakakuha ng photo. Hindi ko alam kung nag-group photo kami after. Hindi ko sure. Pero since may date yon, siguro naman hindi naman ako nag-iimbento kasi may mga petsa yon, di ba?
Oo naman. I mean, we subject all of the guests that we have on this issue to the same scrutiny, right? Everyone has to be able to stand up to scrutiny.
It's a fair question. I'm just telling you, why would I take a photo pagkatapos siyang sinermonan? Di ba? Sasabihin ko, mag-photo naman tayo dito. Pagkatapos siyang sinermonan, di ba? Paano? Ang tanda ko lang noon, after that, sinamahan ko pa siya. Kasi sabi niya, help me solve this. Pero sabi ko, sige, samahan kita.
Okay. We will have to leave that there kasi we're over time. But thank you so much for talking to us once again. Navotas Representative Congressman Toby Tiangco.
Thank you, Congressman.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We'll talk to you again in another show.